What's up, Eagles fans, and welcome into the All-22 review driven by AAA. I'm Fran Duffy. The Eagles come away with a 22-14 victory over the visiting Chicago Bears. A huge win going into the bye week for this Eagles team that now sits at 5-4 with 7 games remaining in the regular season. A lot of big games left here to play, and the Eagles very much still in contention for the postseason. But let's get in today. There's a lot of big plays from this game on both sides of the football. We're going to start on defense. A huge run stop by this Eagles team on the opening possession to help set up a 3-and-out. And it all starts with number 91, Fletcher Cox. The Eagles are in their base 4-3 defense. So you've got 4 defensive linemen, you've got 3 linebackers across the board, and you're going to try and get Montgomery going downhill into the B gap. But watch what number 91, Fletcher Cox, does. Is he's going to come off the ball, and he's going to completely disrupt this play. And you're going to see exactly what he does at the point of attack. He splits this gap, makes himself known in the B gap. Montgomery sees this right away, and watch what the rookie does to stutter his feet. That allows Kamu Grugier-Hill to get inside. You're going to see Brandon Graham split the double team on the backside, and now we'll let this run out. Sets the Bears back, creates a 3rd and long situation. The Bears did not convert on 3rd down in the first half. A lot of that has to do with their ability to stop the run defensively on the Eagles sideline. Great start to the game there when it all starts with number 91, Fletcher Cox. So the Eagles get the ball in their opening drive, and they drive the ball incrementally downfield. A really good drive. It only ends in a field goal, but the key play was really this 15-yard catch by Zach Ertz, 4th and 2. And Chicago, they're a great 3rd down defense, forcing the Eagles to 4th down. They love to play man coverage on these money downs. And so to beat man coverage, one of the best ways to do that is with bunch sets, because you can create some traffic at the line of scrimmage and hope to get somebody clean. The Eagles are very good at that, and you're going to see an example of why here on this play. The way that Chicago wants to play against the bunch is that they're going to go man-to-man on the point. So you're going to see the corner, Buster Screen, he's manned up on Dallas Goddard. Now, the way that the Chicago Bears are going to handle this is Eddie Jackson, the safety, he's going to handle whichever receiver works inside, and then the other corner, Prince Amukamara, he's going to handle whichever receiver works outside. So they're going to handle these 2 receivers right here for the Eagles with this matchup taken care of. Now these 2 corners, these 2 DBs are going to match up on these 2 receivers. And now you're going to see that the Eagles have a great route concept to really negate this in and out coverage from these 2. Basically, you're going to take Dallas Goddard and you're going to run him across the field. That's going to just create the number 1, a void, because you're removing this player, and also just kind of creating some room to hesitate for these defensive backs, because Nelson Agholor, he's going to work upfield and Zach Ertz is going to work outside. So right now, there's not a clear picture for these 2 defensive backs as to who's working in and who's working out. If anything, it looks like both guys are working out, and the safety, Eddie Jackson, he has to respect that. So he's got to work back towards the sideline. So we're going to let this run, and I want you to see exactly how these 2 routes kind of complement each other. Again, Nelson Agholor's working upfield. Here's Agholor's route. Him working upfield clouds the picture. He's trying to get outside of that to protect against it. Look at all the space that Zach Ertz has. He's just going to run this quick little slant route. Carson Wentz hits him in stride, and it becomes a 15-yard gain. Really good route concept to defeat the man-to-man coverage of the Chicago Bears. Create a little bit of a rub element, and you're getting a 1st down now on 4th and 2. Great pickup for the Eagles, and it leads to a field goal. All right, so now already up 3-0. The offense gets the ball back, and they again drive the football down the field. They score another field goal to make it 6-0. The key play on this one, another 15-yard catch by Zach Ertz. A little bit of a different look this time, though. You can see the Eagles offense in a much heavier set. This is going to be 13 personnel. So you've got 1 running back in Jordan Howard. You've got your 2 tight ends here in Zach Ertz and Dallas Goddard. That's Goddard in the backfield. That's Ertz on the line of scrimmage as a wing. And your 3rd tight end is going to be the offensive lineman, Halapoulivaati Vaitai, as an extra blocker up front. Now, this is a run-heavy look, and you're going to see off-play action. Jordan Howard's going to run to the flat. They actually threw this pass earlier in the game. It's a play that they've done throughout the course of the season. Very simple. Play action boot, throw to the flat for a 1st down. That's a play that we've seen from the Eagles offense time and time again. Here, in a crucial situation on a money down, they're going to run a little wrinkle off that where Zach Ertz looks like he's blocking down on a linebacker or defensive end, except he's going to keep going. So this is going to be a nice tight end throwback. We'll let this run, and you're going to see Zach Ertz, keep an eye on him. He's going to act as if he's blocking, hold for a count, and then release out the back door. Carson Wentz, they only need a yard. They end up getting 15 because now Zach Ertz, he makes his man miss, and he's able to to get the Eagles into the red zone. They capitalize with a field goal and take the 6-0 lead. Really good play design there. A nice little wrinkle from Doug Peterson and the offensive coaching staff. All right, let's now move forward to the third drive of the game for the Bears offense. This is a great sack for Josh Sweat, 9-yard loss. Let's see how it happened, because this is really well designed here by the Eagles defense. And it's pretty straightforward across the board with what you're seeing here before the snap of the ball. It's man coverage across the board. All right, you've got Malcolm 101 in the back. You've got all 4 DBs across the field mirrored in man coverage. You've got a single high safety here in Rodney McLeod. What that means is now you've got what's called a diamond front. And a diamond front is a 5-over-5 look where you've got 5 defenders all across the line of scrimmage to take up 5 blockers. So you've got Josh Sweat lined up across the left tackle. You've got Nate Gary lined up across the guard. Fletcher Cox is right to the right of the center. Then you've got Brandon Graham right to the right of the right guard. And then you've got Derek Barnett lined up across from the right tackle. This is a very dangerous look if you're the Chicago Bears. You don't know where the pressure's coming from. You're expecting that there's going to be some kind of stunt or twist or a blitz here involved, especially with Malcolm Jenkins lined up right up close to the line of scrimmage. You don't know, is he going to blitz, and is Josh Sweat going to have the back? Is Nate Gary going to have the back? The defense, they know, they have all the cards here. The offense not sure of what's going on. What they do know is that on paper, your 3 most dangerous pass rushers from a defensive standpoint are all on one side of the field. So they're going to slide the protection that way. The guard, the center, the tackle, they're all going to slide to their right. So that means anybody that's on their right side, they're going to have to account for. The problem is that the Eagles are going to take Derek Barnett and they're going to loop him around. So the center, since he's just blocking right, he's going to have Fletcher Cox. The right guard, since he's just blocking right, he's going to block Brandon Graham. The only person that could possibly help here would be the guard or the running back. But here comes the other problem. You've got Josh Sweat and Nate Gary, who are both coming. So those guys that you would think are going to be your help on the backside, and we can let this run, you're going to see that help does not come. And you're going to see that here when the ball is snapped. You're going to see that Derek Barnett is going to start looping around. Nate Gary, he's occupying the right guard. The left tackle is occupied by Josh Sweat. The running back, he's staying in to protect. And Malcolm Jenkins, once he sees that he is rolling forward, that he's going to block, he's now going to insert and become a blitzer. Therefore, that back is not going to be able to step up and block Derek Barnett on the blitz. So we're going to see here, Derek Barnett gets a free rush, tries to get the ball out, Trubisky escapes, and he steps right into Josh Sweat. So really well designed stunt there from the Eagles. Love what they did with the front and how it was aligned. Josh Sweat capitalizes with a sack on 3rd down. So after scoring on their first 2 drives and now leading by 2 field goals, the Eagles have the ball on the 25-yard line on their 3rd drive of the game. And what do? They're going to score a touchdown. We saw 2 big catches earlier by Zach Ertz. Why not make it a 3rd? Let's take a look here at how Zach Ertz gets into the end zone. This is going to be a 12 personnel set where you've got your 1 running back, Jordan Howard, and you've got your 2 tight ends. So 1 and 2, that equals 12 personnel from the Eagles. And you're going to get a nice little example here of why the versatility of these 2 guys, meaning the 2 tight ends, Dallas Goddard and Zach Ertz, really plays into the coaching staff's hands, because you're going to see a vertical route concept that you usually don't see run by tight ends in the NFL. You usually don't see this kind of a pin Mills concept where you're taking advantage of a high safety and relying on a tight end to win one-on-one on the backside. That's usually meant for wide receivers. For the Eagles, they're able to do it with their 2 tight ends. The key route here outside of Ertz is going to be from Dallas Goddard. He's going to run a dig route, and that's meant, number 1, to occupy this safety, make sure that he's got to attack downhill, and also just remove one of these defenders. Take him with you into the middle of the field. That isolates this matchup, which, by the way, that's Kyle Fuller, who has been playing bananas so far to start the year, early over the last couple of seasons for the Bears. He's had a lot of production on the football and coverage. We're going to let this run, and you're going to see Zach Ertz win at the top of the route. Goddard's going to win into the middle of the field. That removes the safety and takes the middle of the field player away. Zach Ertz wins at the top of the route. Fuller's asking for a flag. He's not going to get it. Really well done by Zach Ertz, the best route runner of all tight ends in the National Football League. Eagles get up into the end zone for the first time today, make the score 12-0. We're going to break down the third down sack here by Genard Avery and Malcolm Jenkins. A split sack here from those two guys late in the second quarter. Really good design. But I'll tell you who this play starts with. It starts with the threat of this man right here. That's number 91, Fletcher Cox. Opposing offenses always have to respect what he's able to do and how he's able to take over a game. I want you to look at what the Eagles are presenting here pre-snap. You've got Brandon Graham, Josh Sweat, and Genard Avery, all three of these guys lining up off the football and potential pass rushing positions. 1, 2, 3 guys all off that side. That should be sending alarm bells for Mitch Trubisky and the offensive line that, you know what, they're probably running some kind of a pressure, some kind of a stunt, something over to that side. I don't trust it. We should slide protection that way. Conventional wisdom would say you probably want to do that. But Chicago does not do that. Instead, they're going to take their center, James Daniels, and he is going to slide towards number 91, Fletcher Cox. This is all the respect in the world towards one of the best interior defensive players in the league. They're going to slide protection this way to make sure that you essentially have a double team on Fletcher. What that means is that you now have man-to-man protection on this side with 2 offensive linemen and your rookie running back, David Montgomery, trying to handle 3 defensive ends in some kind of a stunt or twist. The Eagles are going to send Genard Avery inside. He's going to get home on this stunt. We're going to let this run. The other guy to watch is 27, Malcolm Jenkins. He actually sees that the running back stays in for protection, and he takes off. A green dog blitz. Huge play for this Eagles defense. You saw the versatility from Avery. You saw the smarts there from the veteran Jenkins. But it all started with the respect the teams have to pay to Fletcher Cox. Just a really cool play to break down. All right, so the Eagles are up now 12-0. They get down into the red zone, and now they're going to go up 19-0 here on this touchdown by Jordan Howard. They reward him up against his former team with a touchdown in the red zone. Here's Howard, and this is going to be a 12-personnel set. Again, you've got both tight ends attached to the line of scrimmage here, and you would think, oh, they're going to run behind those 2 tight ends. But this time, it's actually going to be a zone run to the left away from those 2 tight ends. And there are some key blocks here that I want you to be able to see. First, you're going to have Andre Dillard up on the D end. Isaac Seumalo is going to work up to the play side backer. You're going to have Jason Kelsey one-on-one with the nose tackle. Here comes the key blocks. Brandon Brooks is going to release up immediately to take on Roquan Smith, the star middle linebacker here for the Bears, and that's going to be a huge block. Lane Johnson, he's going to cut the backside defensive tackle and help create a seam. And then you're going to have these 2 tight ends here, Zach Ertz and Dallas Goddard, are going to take care of those 2 backside players, help to create a seal for the back, Jordan Howard. So let's let this roll and see exactly how the blocks declare themselves. Again, you've got Brandon Brooks, and I want you to just watch him after we clear this, because he is going to take Roquan Smith and move him over to the far hash. But you also have the seal here from Lane Johnson. Great job by Zach Ertz, one-on-one with Khalil Mack on the backside. And then Dallas Goddard, he's going to get up and create a seal here as well. Let's let this roll, and you can just watch. But again, Brandon Brooks, he just takes the linebacker. And once Jordan Howard gets up to the 3rd level, Eddie Jackson, any defensive back, they don't want that. They don't want Jordan Howard coming up with a full head of steam. He gallops into the end zone. Eagles take a 19-0 lead. So if you watch the game, I don't really need to tell you too much. It got a little bit hairy here in between the Jordan Howard touchdown run and the end of the game. The Eagles give up a couple touchdowns. The offense wasn't able to get going here in the 3rd and 4th quarter, and now it's a 1-score game. Only a few minutes left. The Eagles go on about an 8-minute drive to end the game, and they convert 3rd down 3 times, 3rd and long a couple of those, and they get a Jake Elliott field goal to ice the game. So let's go into one of those 3rd down conversions. This is going to be a screen pass to Dallas Goddard, and this is a really well-designed screen pass with a lot of elements that I'm going to try and see if we can get into here live doing this breakdown, but excuse me if we miss a couple things. A lot going on here, really well-designed. The first thing is you're going to get jet sweep action here from Nelson Agholor before the snap, and we saw last week he got this handoff a couple times. One went for 13 yards against Buffalo, one was stopped for a loss, so they've shown on film that they're willing to give the ball to Nelson Agholor on these kinds of plays. So you're going to get jet sweep action along with split zone flow from Dallas Goddard. One of their staple plays is going to be an inside zone run with Jordan Howard, with Dallas Goddard coming backside to block this defensive end. So not only do you have the jet sweep, but you also have the split zone flow action where it looks like it's going to be an inside zone run to Jordan Howard. So Carson Wentz off play action, as if he's going to hand this ball off to Jordan Howard, They did a lot of play action and boot to move the pocket in this game. So you're going to try and handle number 52, Khalil Mack. One of the best ways to do that, play action and move the pocket. How many times did we see Carson Wentz making throws from outside the hash marks in this game? It was very, very often started on the first drive. So throughout this game, we saw the Eagles go play action and move the pocket. So keep in mind, jet sweep, inside zone, move the pocket. Now let's let this roll here. And we're going to take a look at exactly what the Eagles show at the snap of the ball. Carson Wentz is going to take the snap, and he's going to pretend, first of all, you got the jet sweep coming from Nelson. He's going to pretend to hand this ball off to Jordan Howard. Here comes Dallas Goddard, pretending like he's going to block the backside defensive end. You've got a slot corner running. You've got the safety coming down to defend the jet. You've got everybody else responding to the inside zone. Look at the linebacker's eyes. Everybody's thinking, okay, it's either going here or it's going here. One of those two things. Now we got to let this clear off. There's a lot of things going on. Let's see what happens next, because Dallas Goddard, he's going to take the defensive end. He's actually going to block him as if it's a run play. Let's let this roll, and you're going to see all he's going to do is he's going to chuck him upfield. So you've now got lots of space here as Dallas Goddard takes care of Leonard Floyd. Look at all the defenders. You've got other people out here as if the pocket may be moving or as if it might be going to the jet. Then you've got other defenders reacting to the run action from Jordan Howard. Look at all of this space. The middle of the field has been completely vacated. Here's the first down marker. This is where the Eagles need to be able to get to the 36-yard line. Here's Dallas Goddard. Here's Jason Kelce. Here's Andre Dillard. Here's Isaac Seumalo. You've got the pass target and a ton of green grass with a caveat of blockers. Let's let this roll. You're going to see exactly what the Eagles are able to turn this into. You've got a couple of big blocks, and Dallas Goddard gets ahead for the first down. A huge first down in this drive. We saw Miles Sanders convert on third down as well, and a great check down from Carson Wentz. The Eagles offense doing what it needed to do at the end of the game to seal the victory, and this third down conversion was critical to get this W. Obviously, a lot going on in this game. Some really good stuff from offense, from defense. We're going to break it all down on the Eagle Eye in the Sky podcast, fueled by Gatorade, with myself and Greg Cosell. We'll be talking about it this week on Eagles Game Plan. Eagles head coach Doug Peterson will be joining us in studio this week on the show, so make sure that you tune in for that later this week here on PhiladelphiaEagles.com, the Eagles YouTube page, the Eagles app, or wherever you consume all of your Eagles content. Until then, we will see you in a couple weeks here now on the All-22 review, driven by AAA.